Welcome back to the Data Obsessed Fat Man, everyone. Yesterday I started on trap, but I got a lot of explaining to do here. Let's get with it. The day didn't start off that bad, or rather, as you see there, I woke up in the middle of the night and I ate some chocolate chips and a whole bag of pork rinds. Well, at least it was one of the smaller bags. And I had ice cream and sushi and other things, but overall it balanced out pretty well. I hit macros fine. I was within my limits for the most part. I think I may have been a little over in fat, but that was it. But it wasn't so bad. I was planning to spend the rest of the day just drinking snake juice, seltzer, other mixes of water or whatever. But it didn't end up going that way. Instead, I let a few personal problems with people just let me go out and do things that I normally don't do. Like, for one thing, I ended up drinking more alcohol yesterday than I've drank, in the entirety of this year and last year combined. Before today, of course. Before yesterday, of course. Ate a lot of food. Pretty much, I went to a barbecue. Normally, people ask me to go out. I don't like going out. Don't really enjoy it. I enjoyed it yesterday, but I just went and did something different. And it was fun, but yeah. I pretty much ate enough food to equal 2 to 3 of my normal days, as you're going to see here in a bit. And I'm going to very briefly touch on what happened yesterday. My best friend got into a really big issue with her sister, and it just really wrecked her, and it just, hurt to see her that way. And it hurt to just see, what was going on here. It was ridiculous, the issues they were having. Then I have another friend whom I never met in person, but only know online. And she's in a sort of, domestic violence type of situation from what she's been telling me and going on with. But a lot of things that she stated in the past did not add up properly. And based upon what she made me witness live on video yesterday, she is the aggressor. I tried to take her side at every point. But not only is she the aggressor, but she wanted me to lie to the police about what I saw and about what happened. She wanted me to hype her. She felt that I wasn't being sincere, that I didn't care. And it's just, that just was not fun. And then there's just a lot of other things happened yesterday. I was glad that I got to go out and have fun, but I did not do it in the right way. But hey, I didn't get drunk. Now, I did not get drunk. I definitely got buzzed, but no, I didn't get drunk, didn't have a hangover, but yesterday was very heavy. I know you're all tired of looking at these pictures here, but let's move on here. We're going to move into the real meat of this. So going back once again, this is how the day started off yesterday, and it was great. I was content, and it's just, I get into this little content mood where I can eat a smaller amount of food, and I'm fine, especially if I wait till later in the day. Like, I waited till about 2 o'clock to even eat, but ignoring that midnight snack. And it wasn't so bad, but just got stressed. I started to use energy, and then I went into, the best, sarcastically, the best, environment to be in when you don't want to eat, Black folks barbecue. And yes, this is just wasn't so bad. Looking at the numbers, it was definitely awful, but most of this tasted great. I really freaked out over those hot dogs yesterday, those sausages, but I can't really remember what they tasted like. I had them slathered in mustard and with pickles, but that was right after I drank everything, so I barely remember what they taste like. But apparently, super buzzed. I was like, oh, he really loved the taste of this. Like, I remember eating them. I remember the entirety of the situation. I just could not properly taste anything but the mustard at that point. And it wasn't just because I had a lot of mustard on it, it's just my sense of taste was very dull at that moment. And so after the party, I went home and I was like, you know what? Had the potato salad and stuff at the party. I was like, since the day is already lost, let me enjoy myself some more. So I finished a bottle of Moscato that I opened about a week or two ago. And that's what's there. And then had a bunch of ice cream. Like, I had a very small amount earlier. I had a lot more later in the day. It's some more today too, and it's pretty much gone now. So no more ice cream in the house. Yay. This was an evil that I brought into this house. Ice cream itself is not necessarily evil, but it was brought in here with the attention of, okay, a small treat. My macros were really nice. My carbs were really low yesterday until the party, and until the point I just let everything go. So killed off about half of what was left yesterday. Well, less than half. I gave some of it to Nadine and Aiden as well, and ate some more today. It's not here because I obviously can't handle this stuff when things are going bad, so it had to go. But I gave up pretty early yesterday. I won't just make this like, oh, I was under the influence or whatever. I gave up before I drank a single thing. I actually recorded a short video yesterday and uploaded it and unlisted it right before I gave up because I was like, forget it. But yeah, this is what I did. This is the video.
I was offering.
Fat man's at a party. Things are getting off track today, but I'll see y'all again tomorrow. And this is what that amounted to. Over 5,000 calories. Let alone all the other macronutrients there. Look, that's what happened with my ice cream binge. Right there, right at the top. Beating out the potato salad. And there's the pork rinds. They should really they're the number 1 and 2 spots. Because they ate 2 different brands yesterday. That was awesome. And look, here comes the ice cream to come back and haunt my dreams again. And last but not least, the potato salad actually won out in the category. The most fat. And this was black people potato salad. So this is a generic entry I put on there. It was probably much more fattier than what I guessed it to be. And I guessed at the weight. And I'm pretty accurate. Well, not accurate, but I'm pretty good at estimating weights now for smaller portions of food and just comparing it to other things. But yeah, black people potato salad is probably much worse. So once again, over 5,000 calories, over 230 grams of protein, over 400 grams of carbs. Net carbs. Carbs are probably at 500 something, and in fat it's over at 200, but nothing here is over 9,000. Nothing. Now this is a screen that we don't look at often. That's the total amount of calories consumed again, but that burnt level of calories, that is not based off of estimated total daily energy expenditure or basal metabolic rate. That is based off, well, it partly is, but this is based off of what my Fitbit says I burnt for the day. And as you know, those things can be off by up to 25% because they're a bit overzealous in what you're actually doing. But it tracks you throughout the day, so it knows your BMR or TDE within reason, and I guess they go over to try to make people feel happier. I'm not one of those people. So this is what I really did. See, I knocked the burnt down by 25% and then increased over by what I took from burnt. So I burned barely a pound's worth of weight yesterday if you're looking at it from calorie standpoint, but gonna try to trust the Fitbit a bit, and yeah, I'm over by almost a whole entire day's worth of food. So yeah, that explains why my weight went up by 2.5 pounds. And just in general, I have not been regular the past week or two. It's like the moment I gave those probiotics praise, I stopped getting good stuff happening. But I've been doing some real fuckery from there. I've just really been messing up on my own, just in so many different ways. So I'm not jumping straight into a fast now. I don't even think I would have the mental fortitude to do it right now. I'll probably just end up binging even harder trying to do so. I'm going to try to slowly lower my calorie amount day by day while moving on to something else that can be helpful. What it is, I am not sure of yet. I should see your blood pressure is a bit higher. Honestly, I'm surprised it's not much higher based off of yesterday. And yeah, that was my my at rest, heart rate of 75 beats per minute. I could not get it lower than that this morning. I started trying to originally take, vitals at about 920. So that was the best I could get. It's just like, wow. So alcohol still definitely had an effect on me in that way. As you see, ketones completely dead. Killed my starting progress so easily. I killed a little nesting egg without any trouble. I am very surprised that my blood glucose is not much higher than 125 at fasting. It's like, okay, I could have been way worse. Have too many more days like this, is going to hit back up to 200 something again. So I'm going to count this blessing, see it as being very fortunate, and not try to test this out too much more. Yeah, the steps weren't so bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. So that's it with this video. This is all your fat guy has to say about that today, or at least right now. I'm going to talk a bit more about some books that I have not been reading. at least not be reading to my own satisfaction in a future video. Hopefully coming later today. So a few hours in the future, I don't know. But thank you all for your patience. God bless you all and have a great day. Bye-bye.